Do you ever feel guilty for prioritizing your own needs? Society tells us selfishness is a bad thing. But what if that's not the whole story?
Welcome to the Black Girl Bravado podcast, your weekly fix for all things mental health and wellness. I'm Brittany.
And I'm Germany. And not only are we besties, but we're your besties. You heard me right. It's homegirl vibes here.
Get ready for the girls to dish the real, the raw, and the fucking funny.
And listen, we may drag you, but it's always in love. Let's start the show, cuties.
Hey! Welcome back. Welcome back. And this is your cue to get to YouTube because Germany does some sort of something in the beginning of every intro. So you may not hear her voice, but you can see her if you're watching on YouTube. So get over there.
Please see me.
Every week we're on YouTube. Anyway, how are you doing? How are you feeling? How's it going?
I'm feeling really good. How about you? How are you feeling? Queen.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited about my birthday that's coming up. It's
Yes.
right around the corner.
Yes.
It is right around the corner.
Yes. No birthday blues this year.
No, I haven't had birthday blues for a couple years. You know why?
It's because we've been ahead of the curve on the planning.
And you know why? Usually people have I won't say people, but I feel like it can apply. Birthday blues comes from waiting for somebody else to make your birthday special instead of doing what you need to do to make it special.
Period.
It's your responsibility. Now, if somebody takes the reins, that is always appreciated. But sometimes if you're waiting around for somebody to take the reins, your birthday gonna come and your birthday gonna go.
I know.
So, yeah.
I know. After your birthday, I'm going to have to really start figuring out what I want to do for my birthday.
After?
I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe I should start thinking about it. I don't know. The only thing that I know I want to see.
Now.
Huh? I know Maverick City's going to be in concert, actually.
Oh,
Remember when I told you?
Yeah.
I said I went to go to a concert, Maverick. So they're going to be in concert on my birthday.
Oh.
So I was like, maybe I could do that.
Yeah.
Like a little dinner vibe. I don't know. I feel like I'm taking a more modest, low-key approach to my birthday this year. But I do want to do something because bitch, that's my favorite holiday.
Who doesn't want to do something on their birthday?
Let's start strategizing. Let's start game planning.
I'm down to go to the Maverick City. Unless Andres wants to go, if it's a date night.
It could be the three of us. It don't.
Right.
You know how we roll. It doesn't matter.
Kirk Franklin's coming too.
Let's
really want to see Kirk Franklin and Friends.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get some things. Listen, I really want to go to a worship concert, like a praise and worship, some gospel artists. Mm-hmm. I'm really in the market for that. So let's put it on the cow. We've been coming up with a summer to-do list, even though that's going to be in the fall. We've been really thinking about.
But LA summers kind of drag out. I have to coordinate the jazz night in the park with the girls.
Yes, and I guess at that point we can bring our fuzzy navel. Or I really want to have a fuzzy navel.
Yeah, we can have our fuzzy navels there. I'm going to coordinate with the girls.
A wine cooler.
This week was a lot happening. But
it's okay.
Going to coordinate the jazz in the park with the girls. Going to still have the beach day.
And maybe a regular day in the park, like microdosing. We said we were going to do that.
Oh, we were supposed to go to Homebee.
Exactly. We'll go to Homebee Park. We'll have our microdosing.
There's a lot of things we have
We'll
to do.
take the dogs.
The dogs
we'll do a thing.
Come.
We'll have our fuzzy navel. I don't know if y'all remember fuzzy navel wine coolers. But my mama used to keep those stocked in the fridge.
So did mine.
Such a treat, a nostalgic treat.
They were so good. It tastes like juice.
A peach drink of sorts.
What was she doing with that?
Girl, they was just...
Girl,
a wine
after
cooler.
Work night, whatever.
So we're bringing it back. We're taking it back. And we're going to have a great summer.
We're having a great summer.
Yeah. So
today, y'all, we are here with you. And I think this is a good episode for the summer months. I think this is a good time of the year to hone in on this energy that we're going to be talking about today. Mm-hmm. So, y'all, we all know when you hear the word selfish, it usually has a negative connotation.
Yeah.
I've rarely ever heard the word selfish tied to a positive experience. Mm-hmm. If somebody calls you selfish, it's insulting.
Not me matching.
Right. She's giving.
Get on YouTube. I'm giving monochromatic realness.
You are.
And
we have on our blue. Y'all got to see us. We be putting our little shit on for these episodes. So y'all got to come see us.
And it's early, baby.
But anyways,
it's early.
Selfishness is usually associated with undesirable traits. So some common perceptions when you hear selfishness are that there's a lack of concern for others and you're prioritizing your own needs and desires above everything else. So nothing else matter. It's all about me.
Yeah.
Big Maya. Big Maya energy. A selfish person may also be perceived as lacking empathy and compassion, and that can make it hard for somebody to like relate to you and also trust you.
Yeah.
I don't trust her.
Yeah. In
Or him.
personal relationships,
Or them.
selfishness can. I know we always have to include a they.
I
It's
know.
just all seeing covering
Shit.
all the bases.
Right.
It can lead to conflicts. It can lead to resentment and a breakdown in trust and cooperation. I mean, you know how you internalize selfishness as well. It's like you don't want to give to me, you don't want to share. Nigga, I'm tight about it.
For real.
I'm having my feelings, right?
Yeah, definitely. All that.
And selfishness can also often be linked to traits such as greed, arrogance, insecurity, which are generally we can, understand is unfavorable.
Yeah, we don't. Those aren't good.
Those aren't good ones to
adjectives.
possess.
They're not good at adjectives.
No.
And also, it can be selfish when people use manipulation tactics to get their goals and their desires met. They're just peddling situations and people to make sure that they can ultimately get what they want.
Yeah, that it works in their favor.
Definitely. So we've all heard these negative things when it comes to selfishness, but that's not what we're talking about today. We're flipping this thing on its back because honestly, there's been studies, there's been research, scientific, psychological evidence that there's a such thing as healthy selfishness.
I love to debunk.
I love to debunk too.
Because
as someone who's been called selfish before, I'm like, hold on, I know I'm not selfish. I know in my heart that I'm not selfish. I know that I'm giving. Now, do I prioritize myself at times and it makes other people feel like they're not prioritized with good reason? Yeah. I have done that for self-preservation.
I too have done that.
And that's what we're talking about today. We're going to be talking about healthy selfishness and why it's necessary for self-preservation, because we've said time and time again, episode after episode, how important it is to preserve ourselves and give ourselves what we need so that we can show up for others. Honestly, that's what this is about. There's a part where we have to take care of ourselves and be there for ourselves so that we can show up for all the other people and all the other situations in our lives. And so often we are told that that should not be the case.
And really, I think that's a common theme and thread throughout life. Like, right, you have you cannot live without showing up for yourself first. I cannot be the best version of myself if I'm not full, if I feel good, if I know that I've checked all my bases. That gives me the ability to show up for you in a joyful way.
Right.
And I want to show up in a joyful way for the people around me. I don't want to show up like, damn, here I go again.
Empty, pour it out.
Empty, okay? Because I'm pouring from an empty cup. And something to consider about selfishness is like, y'all, we have evolved in our selfishness, right? It's very human of us to have this need to be selfish. It helps us. It can almost be seen as a survival mechanism or a survival tactic. As we've evolved, people would normally group together out of need to stay safe, to reproduce. Like, this is important.
To have resources.
Yeah. Come on.
It's evolutionary. And Carl Rogers, he's a famous psychotherapist who emphasized the importance of self-concept and unconditional positive regard, which basically means that we have this thought and we have this knowing that we have to implement these healthy practices in this healthy selfishness to make sure that we are operating at an optimal level.
Yeah.
You know? And the behaviors that people can often see as selfish are actually self-care. And the reason why people look at them as selfish is because there's something that they're not getting, that
it's not
they're
benefiting
expecting
them
from you, that they really need to be giving themselves a lot of the times. Like, you're looking at me to do something that that I'm doing for you, that's keeping me or preventing me from doing some things that I have to do for myself.
Yeah.
We have to get back to the balance of it all. And I know it can be hard. I know it can be hard with all of our different responsibilities, all our different roles, but we are going to debunk, as Germany said, that thought process and understand that even if you have these roles, these titles, mom, wife, sister, brother, mother, friend, that there's no other relationship that's more important than the one you have with yourself. You have to show up for yourself before you can be outstanding at all these other roles. It's imperative.
Yes.
So
So let's get into some signs that maybe you might need to be more selfish, girl. You might have to tap in. So if you are constantly putting others first, clear indicator that you actually need to dial back and put yourself first, right? So if you're always prioritizing the needs of your partner, your friends, or your families, their desires of your own, then this often leads to those feelings of resentment and neglect, where we feel like, again, I'm pouring from an empty cup. I'm always showing up for everybody else, but who's showing up for me?
Yeah.
I'm the person who's always considering other people's needs, but who's considering my needs? It actually has to be you. You have to consider your own needs.
Yeah. Another sign that you might need to be more selfish is if you're feeling overwhelmed and burned out. If you're feeling mentally and emotionally drained, it's because you are often giving all of your energy to someone else or somewhere else, and you're not making time for yourself. That leads to burnout. That leads to feeling overwhelmed. Like, damn.
Yeah. Also, if you're lacking your personal time, this is a big one. If you feel like you don't have the time to do your own hobbies, your personal interests, exercise, do the things that really bring you joy, your passions, because you're tending to the needs of everybody else around you, again, that resentment can, fester. It's like, I'm always taking into consideration my partner's schedule. I'm making myself available. I'm cooking. I'm cleaning. Ooh.
Baby, burnout.
It's too much.
Which can lead also to emotional exhaustion. So we touched on this in our episode about emotional monitoring. You see how all these episodes,
they all connect.
For real. So if you find yourself emotionally exhausted from managing your family, your partners, your friends, emotions, and everything that they have going on, that is a clear sign that you probably need to be more selfish.
Yeah.
You can't manage everybody's everything all the time.
No.
So
also, if you're compromising too much, y'all, if you're frequently compromising on things, your values, your morals to accommodate other people, this often leads to a feeling of like loss of identity, a personal identity. And then you become more dissatisfied with your own life. This is an issue. Stand on business when it comes to yourself. I agree. I'm all for bending, not for breaking. I'm here to compromise, baby. I can't whatever is the opposite of compromise.
Yeah, because it changes from compromise to a complete change. Like a complete.
We want to bend, not break.
Yeah, for sure. Another sign is if you're neglecting your personal health. So, if your physical or your mental health is deteriorating because you're not taking the time that you need to properly care and tend to yourself, that's a problem. I say all the time, don't get your blood pressure up because you're so worried about you got to take care of yourself. Yeah. If it's driving your levels up.
If your numbers are impacted.
We've got to take a step back.
Yeah.
Don't let nobody impact your numbers.
Next sign or last sign is that you're feeling really unappreciated.
Taking my love for granted, baby.
There's nothing like being taken for granted or feeling underappreciated for the sacrifices that are often going unnoticed, unacknowledged, and not reciprocated. This is a big one. Let me know that you understand that I've given something up for you to gain something.
I mean, then you're giving me something, then I probably won't feel so empty.
I mean,
have you ever experienced a situation where being selfish was necessary for your well-being?
Yes. I'm not too sure if I shared this here or where I shared it, or maybe I'm just talking about it with my homegirls, and that's why it feels like I shared it. But y'all know I have a live-in partner. Did I share this about the cooking?
I think you were just talking about it with the homegirls.
Okay, period. Now I'm bringing it to y'all, to the homegirls at large.
Right.
So I have I'm in a living relationship. Many of y'all already know that. I do most of the cooking. I am the line cook in my house. Right?
Chef.
I'm not a chef. It's definitely a line cook.
Chef of sorts.
But I do majority of the cooking. And Andres doesn't. I usually do it because I like to eat what I like to eat, and I like to be responsible and in control. I'm the chooser when it comes to my meals. Go back to the last episode. Right. But I usually do all of the cooking. But as a result, I'm obviously go to work. I do whatever my hobbies and my interests are. And then I come home and prepare food. So I had this little feeling in my stomach one day, and it felt like resentment. Low key, it came up feeling like resentment because Andres is busy. He does his own thing. He's at work as well. And he gets to he doesn't work a conventional 9 to 5. He's an entrepreneur. So sometimes he's at work later than other days, and he gets to make that choice and always come home to food.
Right.
Right. And I, being the lady of the home, carry the cognitive load of figuring out what are we going to eat every night.
Which is a lot.
It's a lot. So I was unloading the dishwasher one day, and I felt that feeling come up where it was like, nah, I actually need help, because I want to be able to also come home and do some other things or relax
and just chill
and not have to worry about it. So I had told Andres, hey babe, I actually need you to cook one day a week. I'm already cooking 3 to 4 days. I need you to pick one of those days up. Take a day off of my plate. Literally. Yeah. And he was like, he kind of laughed and was like, babe, you got it. And I'm like, I don't. I'm telling you, I don't have it. So we laughed it off, no tea. But then I kept feeling it. And because I kept feeling it, I was like, it's
really real.
It's real. I don't want to joke through it.
Yeah.
So I told him, choose a day that you want to cook. He tried to say a weekend day. I said, no, it actually can't be Saturday or Sunday.
Monday through Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
No, Saturday, no. Sunday, no. I said, baby, it has to be a day during the week so that it's impactful for me.
For real, yeah.
It needs to be a day that I can come home.
A day where you have to work and come home and there's a hot meal.
And sit down.
Yeah.
And another thing is, I feel like you have to make a sacrifice.
Yeah, like I've been.
You have to decide, today I can't stay at work too late because I got to get home and cook for my family.
Yeah.
The way I have to hurry up, hustle home so that I can make sure you have a hot meal, that I have a hot meal. I want that same effort and energy from you. And y'all, he's been cooking. I said, what's your day? Choose your day. And I want it to be consistent because I want to be able to rely on you.
For that day. Yeah.
For that day. I need to know Mondays. I'm not even thinking of, and that's his day, Monday.
That's a good day too.
It's a great day for me because I've already meal prepped on Sunday, and you can come in and do your dinner, whatever it looks like for the day. Let's go. I'm taking Sunday. Yes. I mean, Monday. So at first I felt like, oh, but the more and more I realize it, I have to exercise my self-preservation. And it looks like looping my partner into the fold so that he can carry some of the weight, because what once worked for our dynamic is no longer working. And I'm going to say it. And you might feel like, well, damn, you cook better, or you know what we like. You too will learn how to cook.
You learn what we like.
And you will learn what we like.
Yes,
you're going to flex the muscle. So yeah, I had to. And I'm feeling great now. Thank you.
Good. I'm glad you did that.
What about you?
I definitely have had to be selfish for my well-being. I was in a relationship where the person wasn't in a space physically to go out and do things that I like to do. And at first I was just like being in the house, chilling, like we were hanging out, spending time that way. But the person who I am at my core likes to be out and likes to be doing things, whatever that looks like. It doesn't have to look one way, but I don't want to spend the majority of my time and our time in the house spending time together. That is not sustainable for me, my well-being, and my mental health. And I had to be like, you know what? Nah, like I understand this is what's working for you, but it's not working for me. And I got to put me first, Lucius. I have to put me first, and I'm going to be out. I'm going to be out. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that you can't be out with me. I would love for you to be out with me, but I'm not at a point where I can continue to self-sacrifice to accommodate you, because I'm dying on the inside. I'm literally crumbling. Yeah. And I had to say, and then it turned into, you always out. And I wish you could be too.
I wish this for you.
I wish we could be together, but we can't. And ultimately, like, that contributed to us not being together, because that I have realized that's an important part. Like, that's important to me. Being able to, like, get out and do things and experience life together in that way is really important for me in a relationship. And I have to be selfish every time with that. I have to. And I was.
It's called honoring yourself.
Yeah.
Honoring yourself, which is important. This is our life. We are responsible for the happiness, for the joy, for the contentment, for the ease that we feel. And it's not anybody else's responsibility, but what you do have to do is be vocal and say what it is that you need and make adjustments when it's not happening.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. I'll see you later. Yeah. Or make some modifications, and then we could keep rocking.
Yeah. That or the other. Okay, y'all. So we have more to say about this topic, but we have to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back.
Okay, girlies. So we're back, babes.
We're back.
So let's dig deeper into why healthy selfishness can be essential for self-preservation. Remember, it's healthy for you to be selfish. And we're really leaning into that, the healthy aspect of it. Don't let anybody tell you wrong. So self-preservation involves maintaining your well-being, your health, your happiness. And this requires prioritizing our personal needs.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So this positive selfishness or healthy selfishness ensures that we can sustain our physical, our mental, our emotional health, which enables us to function effectively and contribute to our environment. We're not saying you're just being selfish because you don't give a damn about nobody else and what they got going on. Yeah. We're saying that you're implementing this so that you can show up for other people.
Period.
You see?
Yeah.
You see how that works?
Yeah.
I'm doing this so that I can show up. I'm not doing this because I don't want no parts with nobody else. I don't care about nobody else. It's all about me, fucker. It's not because of that. So that's why I want us to stop.
To stop, and we also need to reframe the way we look at selfishness. Selfishness isn't, like you say, it's not bad. It's not me being like, oh no, fuck you. You have to really think about this as the awareness to take care of yourself, the need to take care of yourself.
Yes.
Nobody does this better than my mama.
Girl, she's
Baby.
a poster child.
She is.
She is a poster child.
She is. One thing my mom's going to do is take care of herself. At the end of the day, she don't give a damn about me. She don't give a damn about her husband. She don't give a damn. Nobody. Cece's going to come first, beloved. And when I was younger, I thought that like, damn, mom, you know, like you're being so selfish. But as I've matured and as I've grown into my own womanhood, I can understand that a lot of what she was doing or that she does is
she was
preserving herself, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that. And a lot of times the selfishness that we kind of say when we wrap this negative connotation to selfishness is because it's not working for us, but it works for the person. And we have to understand, like, if it's working for you, me, the person, whoever you're talking to or in relationship with, accept it.
And
as long as it's not harmful.
No. And that's what I was going to say. I also think there's a spectrum of selfishness that you can dial into depending on your choices. Like, if you know that you require more selfishness than normal, then you probably shouldn't do something like have kids. You know? Like, you probably should consider the type of relationships that you enter into, because we all know that when you enter into those arrangements, there's a smaller possibility that you're able to be selfish. You know, like it's harder to be selfish. You have to really fight. You got to put on those boxing gloves and fight through.
Yeah.
So that you can have the moments for yourself. Not to say that it's impossible, but it's just harder. And so if you know that you're someone who really requires a lot, then you probably should reconsider some of the commitments that you know are going to really suck it away from you. You know, you got to know yourself. That's the thing about being mature and having self-awareness. You know what you need. You know the type of things you can enter into and still be able to have some self-preservation.
I know.
So some healthy ways that you can... Healthy selfishness can be practiced in a bunch of different ways. Some examples are setting healthy boundaries, which we done talked about till we're blue in the damn face.
Yeah.
Just as blue as our outfit. Making self-care a priority. If that's exercising, eating, meditation, whatever you need to, walking, talk, whatever.
Yeah. It also looks like having self-respect and not allowing others to take advantage of you. This is very important. Don't be a doormat, y'all.
No.
The doormat days are over. The doormat days are over. You know that song?
No.
The dog days are over. Florence and the Machine. She doesn't know.
Okay. No.
It also looks like balancing your needs with the needs of others, right? Rather than prioritizing others' needs over yours. It's a balancing act. You can do both, and there's a way that the healthy selfishness looks like I am aware of what I need. I'm also aware of your needs, and there's an intersection there.
Yeah.
There's a way for us to coexist.
Yeah. Another way that healthy selfishness can be practiced is by knowing when to give your time, energy, resources to people, and when to draw back.
Yeah.
When to pull it back. When to be like, okay, enough.
Yeah.
I'm not a well. It's not overflowing.
Yeah.
There's a bandwidth. So knowing that. It also is giving yourself permission to enjoy things without having to actively be helping or doing things for other people. It's okay to just have enjoyment. enjoyment.
Yeah.
Because it's something you want to do. Like, you don't have to be in service of all the time.
You have to be in service of yourself. Which
But
is also what it looks like. Just taking care of yourself. You know that feeling that, or what it looks like when you take care of yourself, when you're really nurturing your health, when you're really nurturing your mental well-being, when you're really cultivating your physical health, all of that, when you're really taking care of yourself, you feel different. Like you mentioned about your long weekend, going on your walks, eating good food,
I had
going to sleep at a good time, all of that is really fueling you where you're like, I'm really taking care of me. I'm not leaving myself with the scraps. And just taking what's left over, And that also looks like prioritizing your own projects, your wants, your desires over the demands and wants of others. Maybe you are in a corporate space or in a creative endeavor where it's like, I'm always making myself available for my friends or being a consultant for this person, that person. But what about my own things that I'm passionate about? How can I pour into those things and not feel like, oh, but I'm not helping them with theirs? You got to help you with yours.
Listen.
Yeah.
Maybe you're always prioritizing the family, and now it's like, you know what? It's time for me. Yeah. I have some things that I have on my list that I want to accomplish. And instead of me being the support for the family, I need the support from the family.
Yeah, I need the family to support me. I need
the family to rally behind me because it's my time right now. Give me the time. Put the light bulb, put the flashlight on me.
Yeah.
It's okay to need alone time. It's okay to need help. It's okay to rest. It's okay to let go of relationships that no longer serve us. It's okay to be selfish at times. Mm-hmm. So how do you balance your self-care with the needs of others? Because I feel like we're in different spaces. All of my time is for me. I don't have no kids. I don't have no husband. I'm not in a relationship. I have like friends and family, but honestly, I get to worry about myself a lot of the time. I'm in the very far end of the healthy selfishness spectrum. Mm-hmm. But for you, how do you balance self-care with the needs of other people in your life?
I feel like if you're on the very far end, I'm literally 2 steps behind you. I don't feel, I too don't have children, I'm in a long-term relationship, but my partner is very autonomous, and I think that works for me. My partner has a healthy level of selfishness, a level of healthy selfishness that works for our relationship. So I think I'm in a really good situation where it's like,
you don't feel like too much is required.
No, yeah. I feel like I can give freely. I feel like he gives freely. And when it's like, I'm actually not doing that because I don't want to, I don't feel guilted because I don't want to do it. I really love the liberty that I feel in my relationship to just exist.
Yeah.
And that's very important to me. So,
me too. I need autonomy for sure.
Yeah.
Come equipped and come autonomous.
Yeah. And I think if I was in a situation where that wasn't the case, I would feel very resentful. I might feel burnt out. I would feel like I'm giving a lot because naturally that's not who I am. I'm not a super people pleaser. I'm not a person that's going to self-sacrifice for the benefit of other people. So I would be pissed off doing it all the time.
And I feel you because that's how I have felt. And I think that's why I've gotten comments like, you just like being single. It's not about liking being single.
You just need somebody to match your freak.
Period.
Match my selfishness. Selfish.
It's not about being happy being single. It's not about that. It's about desiring like an autonomous person who is not so dependent upon me. Yeah. Like I want us to come together and give out of a space of like want and like, oh, I want to do this. It's not a fucking necessity to where you can't go on without me. You can't do certain things without me present. And that don't work for me. That's not good for me. So it's not about me being selfish or I've gotten that. And I'm like, I'm not selfish.
I've gotten that as well. And that's when I knew this probably is not the relationship for me because that's not most authentic to me. And I'm having to act out of character, out of normalcy to meet your needs.
Right.
And this is dragging me because I'm really not a selfish person. I just need someone who also values autonomy, who also values their healthy selfishness. And then we can coexist together.
Yeah. And it's interdependent, not dependent.
Yeah. And you also made a comment earlier about understanding like certain commitments will require you to have a different level of selfishness or maybe impact your healthy selfishness. And that's really why one of the reasons why I'm truly apprehensive. I don't want to say fearful, but very, very mindful about children.
Same, girl.
Because I've made it almost 36 years.
And
not
it
having
feels
to,
so good.
It feels great. Not having to consider daycare, what the kids gonna eat. It's already, I mean, all of it, you know,
the mental,
where the kids are gonna go when I go somewhere, even just waking up and being responsible for somebody else other than myself. I'm not responsible for Andres. I don't think about his every move. I really don't care. In a healthy way, I don't care. Right. You know, it's like,
you don't have to care.
I don't have to care,
which
but
is a blessing.
Putting myself in a position where it's like, oh shit,
you got to
I don't have a choice.
At that point, you have to care, and it's always on your mind.
And that's the part where I'm like, oh, okay, is that?
Yeah, and so you have to be willing. You have to be willing to give of that, and that's the thing with kids with me too. I'm like, I don't have that desire in my heart. You know, I don't. It's
not
have that
natural.
Yeah, and so it will have to be. Ooh, yeah.
It's tough.
Go listen to the Kid Free by Choice episode. I feel like we've touched on this so much. But yeah, that is a thing. I'm thinking about like what my natural way of being is, or like how selfish. I think I've gotten so far being able to have this level of selfishness that I'm just like, I like it here.
What would it look like if I couldn't do this?
Good.
And I don't want to have a permanent level of resentment because
hell no, you should not.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I just don't know what it would bring. So
yeah,
it's a real fear.
Yeah,
fear of the unknown.
Okay, y'all. So we have some tips and some tricks that we're going to give to you. But before we do that, before we give that to you, we got to talk about some things we need y'all to give us. So sit tight.
Okay, girls, welcome back. Before we get into we already at the meat, but before we get into the potatoes, we have to remind you that if you love what you're hearing here, let us know. And you do that by leaving a rating and review some kind words. This podcast has grown very organically through word of mouth and people leaving their Yelp review, letting others know that this podcast is where it's at. So do us that solid, whether you listen on Apple, Spotify, Google, whatever your preferred platform, do your part. Also subscribe on YouTube because you can watch us. You can watch us, and we want you to be in the know and see what you getting every week.
Period.
What your money's worth.
Money's worth. Anywho, we also have, speaking of money, we have our Homegirl Hangout. So you can subscribe to our Homegirl Hangout. Come be a member over there. We have book club that is restarted. We have check-ins, we have
shout out to the
audio affirmations, we have bonus episodes, we have it all. So if you want to get to know us and connect with not us but just a community of women on a deeper level, then you can do that all at the Homegirl Hangout, and the information to join is in the show notes.
Yes.
Okay, so let's get back to the show. Okay, y'all, so we're back. Tools for the toolkit. Now these tools are going to be specific for people who want to balance their needs with the needs of others. This requires thoughtful strategy and intention. We understand that it is hard, and I feel like it's easier to just tell people this how you be more selfish, but we do have to consider all the other things that we have going on, all the other people. Everybody ain't where I'm at.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, everybody's not there. So these are unique tips to help you balance your self-preservation while also showing up for others, because both are important.
Both are important, and we need others to live a full life.
We do.
You can't be isolated.
Yeah, it's not just like, I don't need nobody. No.
We want people around.
We want to be able to show up. We want people to feel supported. We want people to feel like we care, but not at the expense of our own mental health being in the pits of hell. So this is how we're going to do it. First, prioritize self-care. Yeah. We're establishing routines that include regular self-care activities, such as, like we said, hobbies, exercise, adequate rest, walks, meditation, prayer, whatever you need, whatever looks like self-care to you. Make sure it's implemented into your routine. Don't let it be something that happens occasionally or you're scraping up for it.
Yeah.
Make sure that it is a non-negotiable part of your schedule. I know sometimes parents, they be having to go into a closet. Even if you have to go into a closet, get in there and let's dance.
Let's dance.
Yeah, so I would say a good tip for this is to schedule your self-care just like you would your dental appointments, your doctor's appointments, your child's soccer practices. Just like you're booking up activities for everybody else, book up some activities for you.
Yeah.
Pin it in. Don't pencil it.
No.
Pin it in.
Pin it.
A
Make it
brunch with a
permanent.
homegirl. We have a standing date every third Saturday of the month. I'm linking with my homegirls, and I'm not giving a damn about what's going on in the home for a few hours.
Please check out. Also, set clear boundaries, y'all. So this looks like clearly communicating your limits regarding your time, your energy, your resources, letting people know when you're unavailable. I actually can't do that. And protecting your personal time. You cannot give it all away. Mm-hmm. So a practical tip here is to practice saying no respectfully, but firmly. So it looks like using statements like, I need some time for myself right now, or I can't commit to that right now. People really respect when you are direct and when you just let them know how it is.
Yeah, what else can you say?
Yeah, you don't have to be nasty or mean about it or like, bitch, you know I can't do that.
Right.
But, you know, when you're saying, hey, that actually doesn't work for me. I'm needing to pour into myself right now. So I can't make myself available to take care of XYZ, or that's not a fit. People appreciate it. And it's like, oh, I totally understand. And it feels awkward at first being like, no, or I can't, or putting yourself in a position where you might be, you know, rejected, but they appreciate it.
Yeah.
And you end up feeling good about it once you are received well. It's like that gives you the confidence to do it again. Yeah. Confidence to do it again.
Another thing that we're doing is we're practicing time management. A lot of the times we feel like we don't have enough time to be there for others and be there for ourselves, but that's where the time allocation comes in, where you're allotting time to do what you need to do for other people, but also allotting time for you to do what you need to do for yourself, and you're prioritizing the needs based on urgency and importance.
Yeah.
Everything, people will quickly make what they need you to do for them a 911, an emergency. And it don't be that. And you get to say it's not my emergency.
Yeah.
This is not at the top of my priority list right now. I can help you. I can show up, but not right now, or after I do what I gotta do, thing. You know? So do that. You can create time schedules. You can put blocks in your calendar. You can do something. You can do something. You can implement something where people respect it. If it's like a work thing, I know when people put blocks on their calendar, that means don't schedule nothing during this time.
Period.
It's when I'm going on my walk around the
building, the premises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do that for friends, for family, for work, for whatever.
Honor yourself.
Honor yourself and manage your time.
Next, y'all, we're delegating shared responsibilities. I'm pulling a page out of my book and I'm handing it over to you.
Go to the weaponized incompetence episode.
We're popcorn reading. I just passed it to y'all. Okay. So delegate tasks, especially those that are around the house, to other family members in your household. Maybe it's not your husband. Maybe it's your children. I was at work and my coworker was talking to her son on the phone, and she was like needing him to do some laundry, like walking him through it. And she was like, actually, you don't know how to do it. I said, no, show him, walk him through it. You're on FaceTime. I am all for encouraging. I know I don't have children, like I said, but that don't mean I don't know what the fuck going on. You can't enable these children.
Or adults. You got to let them know.
Everybody, pick up the pieces. Everybody can help.
Everybody can help.
Let me show you what to do so that I'm not the only person doing it. Okay? You can wash your dish. You can load the laundry. You can load the dishwasher. You can do some things around here. Like I said, encourage these men to cook.
Right.
I don't want to hear that you don't know how to do it. Let me show you so that you can do it.
Girl.
That's important.
That's what I be saying to my sister. I'm like, let me tell you something. Every week, the house needs to be cleaned. You get to pick the day that you're going to do it.
But it needs to be done.
But it needs to be clean. I'm picking my day. We're going to rotate the weeks, whatever. My day might be on a Saturday. You might want to be with your friends on a Saturday. So your day might be a Thursday. Whatever the case, we're delegating.
And that's the tip. Clearly communicate the expectations around the task and what you need done.
Right.
That helps keep the lines of communication open. We all understand the expectation, and thus we can meet the mark. We're not leaving it up to chance that it gets done. No, babe, you're going to cook Monday. No, sister, you're going to clean every week or every other week. Choose your day. Now we know where we stand. Now when I'm walking around here with an attitude, you know why. It's because you didn't do what the fuck you were supposed to do.
And that pairs well with the next tip of having the open communication.
Mm-hmm.
Fostering open communication, expressing your needs, not being passive aggressive, using I statements to express your needs without sounding accusatory. Like, you know what? My mental health suffering when the house is not together. So I need you to contribute to helping the house stay together.
Yes.
I need you to help me with the meals. I need you to give me some space and time to go out and have my own free time, personal time, and not feel guilty about it. I need that. And I'm communicating that to you, and I'm hoping that you're going to meet me with respect and understanding.
An embrace of love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If somebody tells me that they need something reasonable for their mental health, what type of person would I be to be like, well,
I know. Get the... Ooh, I'm so quick to jump on a nigga. I'm quick. I actually don't have to. I already told you I struggle with my patience. I struggle with that. Get out of my motherfucking face.
I know.
I'm quick to be like, you actually don't see it now. Now it's beef. I feel like it's a personal attack on me.
I feel like the thing is, you probably don't see it, but with the type of person I am, I'm still gonna do it.
I know, but
so
now I have
you're
a fuck
gonna be
you
upset.
mentality.
Now you're gonna be upset, and now it is beef, and now it's not harmony in the home because I have a hard time folding. I have a hard time cowering.
And
I
do too. I
have
have
a hard time cowering.
I have a hard time submitting to other
The
people's
reason why I have
will.
a hard time is because I understand the need to submit at times, but I don't understand being in the constant position of submission while suffering. Nigga, I'm submitting and you're over there on a cloud while I'm crumbling on the inside.
I know.
Show me the page where it says, and she will crumble.
Which goes hand in hand with the next tip. We have to balance compromise and assertiveness, right? So we have to find a balance between compromising your needs and being really assertive about your needs. So when you can, compromise when it's possible, but don't sacrifice your well-being.
It is that.
And there's a lot of times where I feel like the girls are sacrificing. Okay,
yes.
we're turning into the lamb, and we don't have to be the lamb. We actually don't have to be slain in the name of love,
slain
the home,
in the name of
the career, the friendships.
We ain't supposed to be repeating. Huh? I was singing it to the tune of R. Kelly.
So a tip is to evaluate each situation individually and decide when it's appropriate to assert your needs versus when compromising is appropriate and acceptable. Assessment. Because again, bending but not breaking.
Yes.
Maybe this is one of those situations. Choose your battles as well.
Pick your battles.
So
this is how I fight my battles.
You know, this is how I fight. Now, when you're looking at your battle, you need to think, is this one where I can stand to give a little?
Yeah.
I could bend here. I'm not going to break. It's not going to be the end of the world. I'm okay with giving here.
Yeah.
And then there's other moments where it's like, no, I'm actually not going to accept that.
Right.
So you determine what that looks like. Every situation is unique. You know, you can't be so rigid where you're just going through life like, no.
Yeah. That's not a good person to work with.
Then we err on the side of unhealthy selfishness.
Yes.
But a person who's considering their needs and the needs of others has a great understanding of, okay, I can give here, and no, I'm not giving.
Yeah, here. It's like, you know, I'm good for the bending. I can do the bending.
Yeah, I'll do the bending.
I'll do the bending.
It's a push,
but
and a
also,
pull.
you know, I'm not gonna be walked over.
I'm not gonna be broken.
Right.
The Brokeback Mountain. I'll do a little bending. Won't be snapped. I'm not.
Final tip that we're going to give is to reflect and adjust. So regularly reflect on your balance between your personal needs and the needs of others, and adjust your approach based on what's working and what isn't. If we're constantly in a state of reflecting and seeing, okay, you know, this, like you said with the meals, this used to work, but now I'm realizing it don't work no more. And allowing yourself the space to present an adjustment opportunity and not just being like, well, this is how we set it up. And is he going to feel differently about me? Actually, no, it don't work no more. So let's talk about finding a new way that works.
I'm feeling differently about me.
Yeah.
I'm actually miserable now.
Yeah. So something that you can do with this is you can keep a journal, something to track your feelings, track your thoughts, how you're feeling about different things, challenges, balancing things, resentment that's coming up, you know?
Yeah. Talk to a homegirl.
Yeah.
A trusted friend is always helpful.
Yeah, and they can probably help provide you with some counsel and reassure you that, you know what, girl, I think there is some room for adjustments to be made. Or, you know what, girl, I think you tripping.
Yeah, perspective is everything. Healthy perspective. I love that. I love that I can call on my friends and be like, what do you think? That's one of my favorite things ever. As a girl who finds it difficult to ask for help and be like, I don't know. I love that there are people in my life that I can be like vulnerable enough to be like, what do you think? And allow them to impart their wisdom on me. So obviously be mindful of who that person is in your life. It's not everybody.
Seek wise counsel.
Wise counsel.
It's not everybody for sure.
Somebody you trust, their perspective, and their, you understand they have sound mind, sound judgment. That's what you want to be looking to. So tap in.
Don't have nobody sending you in the wrong direction.
Because they will.
Yes.
Okay,
girlies. Y'all. So we've reached the end of the show. It is now time
to pick up your pen. We're dropping a gem. This is the part of the show where we get to share things that we like, experiences that we have that we feel like you also could benefit from. It's also the part of the show where you can impart your knowledge on us and let us know that what gems that you're loving and things that you feel the community at large might benefit from. So what's our gem today?
So our gem today is a place, it's a location. So unfortunately, if you're not in California, specifically Southern California in the South Bay area, this isn't something you can pull up on.
But you can bookmark it. Maybe you'll be here
later.
It
and you can find one in your area. So yesterday I went to the Korean spa. And I've been to Korean spas a handful of times. I love the Korean spa style. But usually I have to go to LA, drive to LA to go to the Korean spa. In Germany, I was telling her that I was going to have a spa day. And she told me that she saw a Korean spa by her house. And I was like, yes. So I went. It's in Torrance. It's called Riviera Health Spa. And the way the Korean spa is set up is like they have a wet spa. So in the wet spa, there's a bunch of different pools. There's a warm one. There's a hot jacuzzi. There's a cold plunge. They have different saunas. You can get a body.
Sometimes they have like ice rooms.
Yes, they have. So that's in the wet room. And then there you get like your massage. You can get the body exfoliation. After you do all that, then you go into the other facilities and they have a clay sauna. They have a jade sauna. They have a salt sauna. They have a cold room. You can lay out. You can read. They have a restaurant that has Korean food. They have smoothies, boba.
Little treats of sorts.
All kinds of things. And it's co-ed, but in the wet area where you're nude, it's only women. And when you go into the co-ed areas, you have on like a little outfit. You can't be naked. No. It is not that free. But it really like is relaxing. It stimulates your senses. Don't go with a fresh dew. As a black woman, because girl, she was pouring buckets of water on me. I had to pop up. I said, my hair.
Did you get a scrub?
No, I only got a massage, but they put all this hot oil over you.
When we went to the Korean spa, like Brittany mentioned, we've gone to the Korean spa a lot of times. But we typically go to the one in LA. And when I get a body scrub, yes, girl, they scrub your whole body and they literally take the bucket of water and throw it. My hair was wet all up at the nape. I'm like, the nape. Ma'am.
I had to. They have blow dryers there though, so you can restore yourself. They have blow dryers there. They have toothbrushes. They have so many things. And so if you want to just use like all of those amenities and not get a massage or a body scrub, you just have to pay $30 and you can use all of the wet rooms and all of the saunas and dry rooms
for the day.
$30 for the day. You can stay there however long you want, but then if you want a massage or a body exfoliation, you pay for that, which is pretty reasonably priced. It's like $125 for both a body scrub and a massage. So highly recommend to go to Riviera Health Spa if you're in the South Bay area, but you can look up a Korean spa in your hood too.
Yeah, find it. We'll link this one in the show notes in case you're a South Bay mommy looking for some relaxation.
Yes.
Okay, girls, we've reached the end of the road. We hope this episode was beneficial and that you understand that it's okay for you to be selfish. Encourage your homegirls to be a little selfish. We're moving into healthy selfishness this year. We're not self-sacrificing and putting the needs of others before our own. We are considering all things, but making ourselves a priority. Okay? Because if you don't love you, how the hell you going to expect somebody, whatever RuPaul said? I can't remember no more. But I love y'all, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.